What's up, cooks? It's Wednesday. I'm in the pan room today. I'm having a major reorganization project of a lot of things going on because we moved in, we got everything out of the boxes, and I guess we're at the year point, so now it's time to basically do a massive adjusting of everything to make it more livable. I also got a few things I want to show you this week. I got some cookbooks and I've been working on setting up for Halloween. So join me, it's Wednesday and we're going to do a little bit of vlogging and see what's going on in the Amy Learns to Cook kitchen. So we're out here. I'm going around to the basement to get some Halloween decorations and our pumpkins. It's chilly out here. Fall is definitely here. So let's go get these things before I freeze. Look at how beautiful that fall day is. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Well, I see my turkey, that's Mr. Beaky. And over there I see my ghost and one of the stackable pumpkins, I got two of them. So this is a start, I just gotta figure out how to get them out of here. Do you see it, Bill?
Okay. I'm looking at a box with a bunch of light uppable pumpkins in a U-Haul box. That's an addition to the stuff you bought at Home Depot. So do you want this box too?
Yeah.
It's got like 3 pumpkins in it.
Yeah. Okay, so I did manage to find a few things. I still have to dig around in there a little bit more. I got my boo truck. Got the turkeys. That pumpkin I got on clearance last year at Lowe's. And I have another one somewhere. I got my triple pumpkins. And there's the little ones that go to it. I got me a like 25-year-old ghost. And I found these 2 pumpkins, which I've had for a long time. Oh, guess what? That's a KitchenAid mini. A black one. I'll tell you about that later. Oh, those are KitchenAid loaf pans. They're pistachio color. They go along with this bakeware that I got. But I'll tell you about that later too. Oh, here's a Ninja food processor. I got that on sale. So, well, I'll tell you about that later too. Remember when I said that I was going to get this cart? And I laid into Eric and said, at the end of the day, it has to be cleaned off. Look at the cart right now. I broke my own rule. Okay, so since the last time we talked about cookbooks, I got a few, both from Amazon and from Ollies. So my cookbook collection is one of my favorite things. I absolutely love cookbooks. I read them like other people read other types of books. The other day, I went to sleep, believe it or not, reading this book right here, Mastering the Art of French Cooking. Now, I have a hard copy of Volume 1, and I have a paperback of Volume 2. So I bought this set so I can start cooking out of it. And I wanted a copy that, believe it or not, that I could probably completely destroy. Because it's going to be covered with notes and food and everything you can think of as my journey through this cookbook. So I don't really plan to cook my way through this book like some people have. Mainly because there's just a lot of recipes in here that I don't even want to make. They're not my style. Namely, the aspic If you don't know what aspic is, it is pretty much, think of a savory jello. It's gelatin with like meat in it or vegetables. It's just not my cup of tea. So that chapter, I'm not going to use. So page 106, we're starting with the stocks and aspics. I would definitely make the stocks. I'm going to cook my way through the stock section, but I'm not going to make the aspics. So there's a lot of things in here that I'm flat out not going to make. I don't eat fish or seafood. That's a personal thing for me. I just don't eat fish or seafood. So I'm not going to be making stuff out of there. So when some people take a Mastering the Art of French Cooking journey where they say they're going to cook every recipe in this, I'm not going to do that because there's a lot of things that I don't cook, so I don't want to make it. But there's a lot of stuff in here that I do want to make. So this is volume 1. Volume 2 is a sort of a continuation. When this came out, some people criticized Julia Child because they said she left a lot of things out in terms of French cooking. She didn't put croissants in here. She didn't put a lot of things in here that people thought that are fundamental to French cooking. So volume 2 was a continuation. So there's a lot of things in here that people thought that she left out of here. This was supposed to be apparently a 5-volume set. But as time goes on, I think they didn't get along. They didn't want to write another book together. They were having difficulties. So this was the last volume that they created. So the next book I got from Amazon is actually Kenji LopezAlt's new book on the wok. So I have his food lab. I actually have 2 copies of it. I bought a copy and someone gave me a copy. So I have 2 copies of the food lab. I love that book and I want to explore wok cooking. Now I don't have like a high pressure gas stove like you really need to drive a wok. Most people don't have that in their home. I tend to cook on electric, but I don't think that's super bad because generally a residential gas stove doesn't have enough pressure hardly to drive a wok anyway. So I do have a high output burner for outdoors, so I could use that if I want to do some really serious wok cooking. But this book is amazing. If you want to get into wok cooking, check this book out. It is great. There's a lot of studying though that I need to do with this book. His other book was outstanding. And I would imagine this one is going to be equally as well. I haven't cooked anything out of it yet because obviously I just got it. But I'm going to enjoy this. So I got this. This is Kenji LopezAlt's The Wok. So the next book that I picked up is the Chicken Bible from America's Test Kitchen. Say goodbye to boring chicken, right? I've been enjoying this book. They sent out an email because I'm on their email list and they had one price and I went on Amazon and it was like $5 cheaper to buy it on Amazon than their special price, right? So I got this book off of Amazon. This book I've been thumbing through so far and it looks amazing. This is like every chicken, every way you can cook it. This book is amazing. Tons of pictures. I'm really interested in diving into this. I've already picked out some recipes that I'm going to try. This book goes on and on and on and on. And I eat a lot of chicken, so the chicken cookbooks are always great for me. So this is the Chicken Bible from America's Test Kitchen. So the next book I got was the Savour from, I got this from eBay. This is the new Classes Cookbook. I've wanted this book for a while. I've had it on my wish list and I picked up this copy. It is a used copy, but it It was very good. So that's why I bought it. This book is pretty cool. I haven't had a lot of chance to look through it just yet because obviously I just got it. Doesn't have a lot of pictures, but I don't mind it because this is a very comprehensive book. And when you have books that are really comprehensive, like chock full of recipes, this has over 1,000 recipes. You typically don't get pictures because that would just take up so much room. When you have big pictures in there, you're talking multi-volume sets because they just can't print all those pictures. So this has about 1,000 volumes, gets really good reviews, and interested to try cook some stuff out of this book. Yes. There are sections here with pictures, and the pictures look pretty darn amazing. Look at that. Yeah, I'm interested in diving into this book. It's amazing that I don't have a copy of this already. It's been on my wish list for so long, and I don't know. I guess I just never bought it, but I'm glad I have it because it looks amazing. So let's start in with the Ollies book. I got this for $3.99 at Ollies, the Weekday Lunches and Breakfast Cookbook. So this book is by Mary Youngkin, and I believe she has a blog. She has another book called Weeknight Dinner Cookbook. I think she has a couple books. When I looked through this, I thought the recipes looked delicious, absolutely delicious. The pictures are beautiful, so I'm interested in cooking through this book. I did make her pancakes last weekend, and I couldn't get them to brown. And I don't know if the recipe doesn't have enough sugar in it or what, but when I look at her picture, she doesn't have a lot of browning on them either. Like, they were really pale, no matter how long I left them on the griddle. So I definitely need to revisit this recipe and make some changes to it. I'm not exactly sure what I need to do. But aside from the pancake recipe, I think a lot of her dishes, they look really, really good. So I'm interested in trying to cook a little bit more out of this book and see what it has to offer. The next one is a Taste at Home Everyday Sheet Pan. I think I paid $2.99 for this. So I have a lot of Taste at Home cookbooks, and I like them, but I think there's a lot of repeats in them. And so I try not to really buy too many more of them. But every time I turn around, I buy another one at Ollies. This one I really liked just because I love sheet pan dinners. I make them all the time, and I thought I could take bits and pieces of this and try some of their ideas. So I thought this might be kind of fun. So the Everyday Sheet Pan book from Taste of Home. So the next book that I got was Food 52's Dynamite Chicken. I love Food 52's recipe. This is by Tyler Cord. I paid $4.99 for this. More chicken recipes is right up my alley because that's primarily what we eat is chicken. So chicken meatloaf, roasted chicken. Really enjoy chicken cookbooks, and I'm interested to try this one out. Awesome vegan soups. One of the reasons I was interested in this is not necessarily that I'm vegan, but I don't eat dairy because of my allergy. I do eat butter, but I don't eat milk or anything like that because butter is just fat versus milk protein. So vegan recipes tend to be good for me because they don't use milk, right? Vegetarian will use milk, vegan won't use milk. So I like to look into vegan recipes, and since it was soup season, this was right up the alley, right? So anytime there's a bread book, I'm in there, right? This is Baking with the Bread Lady, Sarah Gonzalez, breads, cakes, cookies, pies, and more. Yeah, I mean, I'm not always just sucked in with pictures because sometimes the pictures, the recipe doesn't come out as great as the picture looks. So that's not totally like my judge of everything. But then again, at times, the pictures do suck me in, and this is probably one of them. So I got this so I can make some mac and cheese for Eric. This is called Melt, the Art of Mac and Cheese. Stephanie Shaviti and Garrett McCord. Tons of different kinds of mac and cheeses. Yeah. The Secrets of the Butcher. Arthur I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. How to select, cut, and prepare and cook every type of meat. And sometimes I need help with that. So lots of diagrams, types of meat, stuff about knives, roasting, basting. This looks like a great book. So I got Full Plate by Aisha Curry. I have no idea why I bought this. I usually don't buy these kind of books like celebrity or celebrity-esque type cookbooks. Those aren't typically the type of books that I buy. It just ended up in the basket. I heard her books are pretty good, so I figure I would try it out. Just, see what she has to offer. Again, vegan food. I like vegan cookbooks, like I said, because I'm not a cheese eater. So they probably have ideas about substitutions for cheese or some kind of brands for cheese that you can use that tastes okay. I don't know. A lot of those I don't really like, but I figure I'd give these a shot. So some of these books, if I cook at them and if they aren't my thing, I'll pass them along to other people and see if they like them, because everybody has different tastes, right? So I'll try it out. 250 muffins. I love muffins. Esther Brody. No pictures, but you know what muffins look like, so. Well, there's one picture in here. Sometimes I don't necessarily like to buy these, 1,000 recipes of something. I don't buy it because of that, unless I know it's some kind of comprehensive classic cookbook. But I'm willing to give it a try. So this is dairy-free, and the picture of with the holiday sauce, right? That right there, you can't help but say, wow. I am dairy-free, except for butter. So I kind of wanted to just use it as a way to get familiar with other people who are dairy-free like I am, about how they cook. And so many issues with me is so many, recipes when you start creamy and cheesy and all that stuff. Those aren't for me because I can't have the dairy. So I need to work on a lot of substitutes for that. So, so I thought this would be an interesting. I think this is my first cookbook that I bought that's like a completely dairy-free cookbook. Beautiful brunches. Yeah. Right? Everybody loves brunches. I don't know about this because I don't really necessarily see an author on here, which kind of is weird because this is like a publisher's cookbook where they just put stuff together and there's not really an author. The publisher is the author. So I like to buy books more like there's an author, so there's a story in the book. When it's just like a publisher creating a cookbook, there's not quite the story in it like there is when there's like a cookbook writer. So yeah, but the pictures still look amazing. And as soon as they talk about brunch, breakfast is one of my favorite meals. So yeah. So I bought a smoker book about the Kamado smoker. I have a Kamado smoker that I just got that we're going to play around with. I haven't even got it out of the box yet. It's very heavy. But I'm looking forward because I've always wanted to cook on one of these ceramic grill like smoker things. So when I saw this, I was like, I need to get that, right? Because I've never used one of these type of grills. Pasta. So this is another book. It's published by the same company that publishes that Beautiful Brunches book. It's a beautiful book, don't get me wrong, but also it doesn't have an author. So it's more, there's no story in here. I thought this book looked kind of amazing because, you know, I love pasta and it has a lot about making pasta, sauces, and then it goes on to other recipes. I thought the pictures were amazing. So I wanted to try it out. It was like, I don't know, $3.99 or something. So, hey, I had to get it, right? This is a book on tailgating. 75 game-changing recipes for the tastiest tailgate ever. Beth Peterson. I don't know. Pictures look pretty amazing. So we'll see. So this book is My Lisbon. I thought this book was really interesting and I wanted to try some of these recipes out. So this is a cookbook from Portugal's City of Light. Thought that, you know, a lot of these type of books are coming out and I wanted to check this book out. I thought it was really interesting. It has really good reviews. A lot of stuff on the culture of the city. I think this was a pretty good read. I kind of like these books that have recipes and stories along with them. That makes it really an interesting book and it ties the recipes into the history. So that's why I picked this up. So this is a cookbook from Operation Barbecue. It's an organization that cooks in disaster areas to help people who are suffering from disasters. They go around to where there's been hurricanes and stuff like that, and they just cook for people. They cook for tons of people in need. It's an amazing organization. If you want to give this holiday season, Operation Barbecue Relief is a fantastic organization. So this is their cookbook. And a lot of stuff in here just absolutely looks amazing. I couldn't pass this book up. And the last book is What's Cooking Pasta? This is also Love Food Publishing. I'm wondering too if this doesn't have an author. Not saying that these books are bad. It's just there's no author, so there's no story. See, it just goes straight into the recipes. Doesn't give you anything about how these are their family recipes or anything like that. They're just recipes. So I don't know if they have a test kitchen. I don't know if they're ripping these recipes. I don't know where they get the recipes. So this is basically just a publisher's cookbook. Thought it was pretty interesting though. Because I really like recipes that have stories. And that's what makes a cookbook look interesting. So we'll see how these are to see if these publisher cookbooks can hold their weight in the Amy Learns to Cook cookbook library. So that is the books that I got recently online and from Ollies. I hope you enjoyed this and you saw something that might be interesting to you. I'll put links to all these books in the description. And I hope you have a great day. It's Wednesday. What's up?